11 months ago, I opened an Etsy store selling digital products with the goal of hitting $10,000 per month. And today, as usual, I'm sharing exactly where I'm at with a behind the scenes look at my shop, as well as sharing what has been working or not working, and other things I'm learning as I try to get the shop to a place that feels sustainable and profitable. To recap, in the month before, April, I had hit 222 orders for the month, making a revenue of $1,493 and a profit of $645. And I'm happy to report that last month, I had beat that number. Let's take a look at my dashboard for the month of May. So I got 4,153 visits to my shop, and according to the chart here, it's been quite consistent. We're seeing peaks and valleys, kind of like a mountain range, with my shop performing well during weekdays and then slowing down on weekends. I'm pretty much used to that fact at this point. I've gotten a total of 236 orders for this month, with my best days getting 12 to 13 orders, and it's super interesting that the peaks and valleys match my shop visits. So for my lower performing days, I get around 2 to 3 orders, but that's okay. My conversion rate remained at 5.7%, same as last month, and this has gotten me a revenue of $1,682.45, beating out my previous highest revenue by about $190. May 1st was actually my best performing day, reaching almost $100 for that day, followed by $85 on May 20 and $77 on May 8th. Then on the other side of the spectrum, we have days that get less than $20, with $15 in revenue being my lowest. Before I get into my ads page, I actually want to talk about something that finally happened this month. I got my first 1-star review. And I knew it was gonna happen eventually. I think no Etsy shop is immune forever, but still it kinda sucks. The review said that my product didn't work and that they had no use for it, which is a bit confusing because the same product has been purchased multiple times with 0 complaints. So either this buyer didn't know how to use it, or they're just one of those people who love leaving bad reviews like it's their hobby. Now, Etsy won't remove a bad review unless they violate their policies, and apparently this one didn't. So it's stuck there. Customers actually have 100 days to change the review, so I'm not leaving a public response for now because once I do, they can't change it anymore. So what I did do is reach out to the customer to see if we could work something out, like maybe offer help or a replacement or a refund. Hopefully they'll update the review, but I'm not holding my breath for it. If nothing happens after 100 days, as much as I like to throw some shade that it's a skill issue on their part, the best I could do is some PR and reply to that review for the sake of future buyers, stating that I'm always available to answer any questions or offer assistance. Fortunately, I've got enough 5-star reviews that my shop rating hasn't dropped below Etsy's 4.8 threshold for star seller. Still, it's a reminder that even one review can shake things up. Anyway, back to my dashboard. For my ads, I had gotten 131,000 views, which led to 2,289 clicks. So clicks divided by views, that's gonna be the click-through rate. And I got 1.74%. And for a conversion rate of about 6%, I got 139 orders from my advertised listings. I had spent $646.21 on ads for this period, and made back $980 in revenue for a return of $333.86. That's a ROAS, or return on ad spend, of 1.52. Now, compared to last period, I spent more on ads but got less in return. I haven't done much optimizing last month, to be honest. I think I got a bit too comfortable due to that month's ads performance being good. So this is just a reminder that when running ads, you really need to keep an eye out for these listings that are just eating at your budget. Now for the best part, finding out my net profit for the month. I actually got 36,673 Philippine pesos for this month, which is about $648 in net profit. Now there is some discrepancy here in terms of conversions with the currencies, but supposedly the difference between April and May is about $20. Either way, my new totals for this shop in the past 11 months are 1,570 orders all in all for a revenue of $10,995. And that makes a net profit of 231,000 Philippine pesos or about 4,166 US dollars. Now, I know I'm a long ways away from my 10K per month goal, but I'm happy that my profit didn't go lower than my previous month. That said, it's pretty close to my profit for the months of February and April, which begs the question, am I plateauing? Like, is this the peak of what my shop can do in this current state? I've actually addressed this concern in my previous months. I feel like there will be a strong chance of plateauing in the future. And I think I'm now seeing this happen in real time. Here's what I've been noticing. A lot of my sales are coming from seasonal products. Last April, it was from Mother's Day listings, and this May, it was a mix of Mother's Day, Father's Day, and graduation-themed listings. So when I add new seasonal listings, they're mostly just replacing the performance of older seasonal ones. So I'm not seeing significant growth. I'm just maintaining. I know that the fix for this is to add more evergreen products or things that people need year-round. And while I have been doing that, I think I need to work out a better ratio of evergreen to seasonal listings so that sales aren't completely tied to the calendar. By the way, I sell business templates, so I could be in a low competition niche depending on which specific business I'm targeting. And while that sounds great on paper, eventually you kind of hit a ceiling and start competing with yourself. For example, let's say I make templates for cafes. But how many new cafes are realistically opening every day in the US? And out of those, how many are actually shopping on Etsy for things that they need, like marketing materials or menu designs, right? Sure, there are some, and in the beginning, it feels like you've found the sweet spot because you're not battling thousands of other sellers. But over time, you start overlapping with your own listings. I'll add a new product, and instead of attracting new customers, it just splits the attention with another listing. So it's not like new traffic is coming in, like they already have the intent to buy from my shop. I'm just giving them more choices, if that makes sense. This is one of the disadvantages of having a hyper-specific niche. So I may need to branch out to other types of businesses. I've also noticed that some of my older evergreen listings that used to do well just aren't getting traction anymore. And honestly, it makes sense. New sellers are constantly joining Etsy. Maybe some of you are even in the same niche I'm in. Maybe you watched my tutorial on listing photos and ended up creating even better thumbnails than mine and paired them with fresher SEO. That's just the nature of the platform. It's like a grocery store. Products don't stay on the shelf forever. New stuff gets added in. Design trends evolve. Some sellers even come in with cheaper options. It's all part of the continuous cycle of competition. But that doesn't mean I'm giving up on my old listings. My plan for this is to take those older listings that have gone cold, duplicate them, and maybe give them a new look, maybe with updated SEO, and update out the old thumbnails. There's always room for improvement, so maybe they'll get a second chance at making sales. There's still a chance that they won't, but it feels way better than just leaving them to collect dust and forget about them. Anyway, I'm officially in the final stretch of my first full year on Etsy. In the next video in this series, I'll be looking back at how my shop has performed over the entire year, and I'm sharing everything that I've learned in the last 12 months. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and I'll see you in the next one.